Watch how I make this wet felted bowl. Today I really wanted to experiment with my synthetic fibers. I have viscose here and bamboo fiber, but I'm going to get started with just the wool, and this is core wool today, so this is a bit coarser and thicker than the merino top that I've been working with. And for that reason, I'm just going to do 2 layers on each side. If I were using the merino, I would definitely want to do this 2 or 3 more times, probably for a total of 6 layers. Now I am patching any thin spots. I want a nice solid bowl, so anywhere I can see the resist through the wool, I am just patching real quick. Flipping it over and bringing all that overhang over to this side before doing another 2 layers. Wetting that down and pressing. Patching a few spots here and there. And then flipping back over to side A to pull that overhang over and straighten up the brim here. Now I'm pulling out my viscose, and I'm sorry, I do not know the color names for these, but I put a little blue in there, and at the last second I grabbed some purple viscose that I also had on hand. Now I'm going in with the bamboo. I'm going to put that all down at the bottom just so I have a separation between the viscose and the bamboo and know what I'm looking at the end, since this is all experimenting. I've wet that out, and now I'm going to press like usual. Flipping and bringing the overhang over before trying to replicate that same design on this side so it's nice and fluid. This time I'm just pressing because there was more than enough water on the project already. Flipping, tidying up the design, and then we are going to start rubbing. And I'll rub this for about 5 minutes on this side before flipping and rubbing the other side. Rubbing very gently, hardly any pressure, because I don't want to disturb any of those fibers in the design layer. Another 5 minutes on this side before grabbing my bubble wrap. And I did about 5 more minutes on each side with the bubble wrap before switching to rolling. And I've cut out most of the rolling, but I've left in the turning of the project. Each time I roll for about 100 times, and then I turn it 90 degrees, roll it up again, and do another 100. I'll roll it from each edge and then flip it over and do it all again. So it does take a while, but you do not want to skimp on the rubbing or the rolling, or you just won't have a strong felt. Now you can see that some shrinkage has already happened as my resist is starting to buckle in there and getting too small for the bowl. So I'm going to go ahead and pull that out. I'm going to massage where those edges were so it starts to round out and shape the bowl. And then I'm going to keep rolling. I followed pretty much the same process of rolling it from each edge to make sure we had nice even shrinkage. I'm doing some shaping by hand here, but I forgot to record the jar that I used to stretch this over and really get that flat bottom and bowl shape. So here it is all done. So yeah, I rinsed it out, I dipped it in some vinegar water and rinsed that out, and now we have a bowl. This is it after it dried. Getting its glamour shots here. I hope you enjoyed watching, and follow me for more.